Welcome to my channel. I'm restoring this Mustang. I'll be working on the inside of this car today and probably throughout the whole week. But leave me a like and subscribe. That really helps my channel. Thanks for all the comments everyone's been doing so far. It's been fantastic, some great advice. It really encourages me to continue to do this. I mean, either way, I'm going to do it, right? So yeah, just give a quick like and subscribe to my channel. And let's go. All right, so what I'm going to do next is take this floor pan and try to fit it in the car. I'm going to cut out around here the seat bracket, where the seat bracket would go. I'm going to punch holes or drill holes along the edges for where I'll do the plug wells. I'm going to trace around the bottom here and then do plug wells or holes for the plug wells as well. This is where the frame rail would be, and we'll try to get that all fit in. So a little bit of a oopsie. I cut this out of the new floor pan, assuming that these are in the same spot, but not quite. So I should have put it in there and traced around it first. Well, good thing I have, I'm going to do this twice. So the next time I do this on the other side, I know not to do this. I guess I'll have to cut, maybe I'll just cut, I don't know. I guess I'll just cut out a piece over there and then weld part of this back on. Sure, why not? I gotta learn how to weld anyways. So, you know, everything's learning. I guess it won't be a big deal. All right, I got the floor pan in as good as I can get it. I think I'm gonna just take my Sharpie here and trace around this frame rail on both sides, and then take the floor pan out and drill some holes, I guess. You know, this is probably as good as it's going to get, I guess, as far as fitting in. You know, my daddy used to always say, you know, it doesn't need to be perfect. Well, actually, my dad never said that. He would always say, if you're going to do something, do it right the first time, Kenny boy. The problem is I'm not very good at listening. All right, so got my mask on. You might not be able to hear me as well, but I take this. This is where I'm going to use my weld through primer, because I'll be welding the floor pan on. And then inside here, I'm going to use some of this Rust-Oleum to protect it. So that's what I'm doing right now, just kind of prepping this up for the floor pans. All right, so I placed some dots where I'm going to drill along the frame rail, doing about 1.5 inches apart. I'm going to maybe drill a few first and just see how it fits, make sure it's getting on the frame rail. I don't want to mess anything up like I've already messed up a few times. It's about to storm out here, so let's get to it. So I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this, but it looks like my initial holes are lining up with the frame rail okay. So I guess I'll just continue to, I'll just continue to drill these holes, and hopefully it all works out okay. Took a little while, but I'm going to now take my angle grinder and sand this down so that I can paint weld through primer around all the holes. And then after I do that, I'll tape it off, and I'll kind of I guess paint also the underside of this as well, and we'll be one step closer to actually maybe welding this on. All right, I got the floor pan all prepped. I painted another coating, and we are going to move on to welding. It's about time I started doing this. So I got this YesWelder off of Amazon, flux core welding. I'm learning how to do it. I've never done this before. Well, maybe when I was in high school, maybe I did like some stick welding, but that was a long time ago. So I've been practicing a little bit on some of the scrap metal that I've been taking off the car. And I'm going to keep practicing a little bit more, and then we're going to start with that, that little patch. I accidentally left a little hole in the floor pan, right by the seatbelt bracket. Yeah, I'll weld that one on first and see how that goes. And yeah, it's about time. It's about time we do this and get this floor into the car. I can't wait. I'm excited. Let's see how I do. All right, so I did a few tack welds. Seems okay. I mean, not really that great, but I mean, at least it didn't completely burn through the metal. But we'll just, I guess, start stitching it. All right, so I finished welding it. Not really that good. There's some holes there. Maybe I can clean it up and do something. I'm going to use seam sealer over this. Let's just test. Well, I mean, I guess that'll work. All right, put the floor pan in. I'm going to use some self-tapping screws where I drilled some of the holes. I will start with the frame rail and start welding that first, and then use some hammering to kind of make sure that's nice and tight. So I did a few self-tapping screws in the holes in the frame rail here, and it seems to be all in place. We'll get to the welding. All right, let's take a look at what I got going on in here. So I did the plug welds on the frame. Not the prettiest. I'm still learning. I was actually getting a little bit better, seeing the puddle better, and kind of understanding how it's working better. But that's on there. I took the screws out, and this thing will not come out now. So I am getting closer to getting these floors in. It's awesome. All right, I did it. I got them all in there. I mean, this thing is not moving. Yes, so it's in here. I welded all those stupid holes and terrible job, not the best job, but I guess I'll clean it up and use seam sealer like in a lot of spots, but it's in there 100 times better than what it was. Just going to now clean it up, paint it, and then do some seam sealer on a lot of the areas. All right, I am going to get to painting the floor pans now. I'm going to be using, let's see, this stuff right here to kind of protect it. Hopefully it will stop rusting and all that. Going to clean it off. I vacuumed already, but I'm just going to wipe it down and then paint with this. Then we'll use some seam sealer around all those spots where it needs to be applied to. But we're going to do it, and then this side should be pretty much done, and then I just have to do it all again on the other side. So I kind of shared in my first video that 30 years ago I got my first Mustang, 1965 Mustang. Mostly the work was done by my dad. He retired from Ford Motor Company, and he had done restorations on Mustangs even probably before I was born. But there was a long gap where he hadn't done any, and I had never really remember him doing any of it when I was a kid. And then when I was in high school in 1996, I purchased a Mustang, and I took a picture of, or my dad took a picture, or maybe I took the picture of him after he finished the floor pans in my car. And 3 years later, I've done it. I got it. I don't know why I'm a little emotional. Maybe because I'm older, I'm almost 50. I was able to do it with, no real experience. I mean, it's in here. So